in sunny Mexico, it's time for Channel Reviews. Please welcome your fabulous hosts, Mr. Dee, Nimmin, and Daniel Batal.
Good morning, Mr. Dee Nimmin. How you doing today?
We are back. We are back for channel reviews, gamified. I can't wait to do this. We're going to plow through as many channel reviews today as humanly possible. Daniel, Mr. Batal, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Hey, for anyone who hasn't been here before and seen how we do this, we actually have turned channel reviews into a full-on game show. So what we're going to do is we have a wheel that we spin that tells us what to look at on your channel, and you have three things. You have to get 3 right or 3 strikes, whichever comes first decides your fate. If you get 3 right, you move on to the final round where we have a wheel spin and you can actually win real prizes. We're giving away merch from the Streamyard line. Things like these fantastic cups that you could put an entire human being inside. You could bathe a baby in this coffee mug. That's how big it is. But we have all kinds of stuff, cool shirts, pillows. We're going to give away some stuff to whoever wins the final round, but you have to get through the wheel first. The wheel makes all the decisions.
The wheel decides.
The wheel decides. The wheel decides. So, yeah. So, listen, let's start right here, first of all. What we need to do, D, is we're going to use the Streamyard giveaway tool. And if any of you are using Streamyard, you may be familiar with this. Streamyard has a new feature where it allows you to enter a word that people can say in the chat. And then this tool will take the time to let you take a second to actually put that word into the chat. And if you put the word we're going to start. You want to start with this one right off the bat, D?
This is the word, Streamyard.
This is the word. Just as you see it spelled exactly like that, put that into the chat. And once we've given you time to get that into the chat, we're going to let the Streamyard giveaway tool pick someone from the chat who we're going to pull their channel up and take a look and let the wheel decide what we're going to look at. Pretty cool, huh?
The wheel decides. There's only 5 entries. So there it is, 20. I was waiting for the jump between 5 and 20. 20 people in here so far. There's 80 people watching, 83 people watching. We're off to a great start today. And by the way, if you have not shared this yet, share this out on your favorite social media platform. Let's get a whole bunch of people in here and have a good time today. We're going to plow through these channel reviews.
Yes.
We got 44 people in here. You want to go ahead and roll it?
Yeah,
roll
once? This thing. Let's do it.
Go once. Go once. Going once. Going twice. Daniel, can we have a drum roll, please?
Absolutely.
Who's it going to be? I can hardly wait. Who's it going to be? First channel of the day. Who's it going to be?
There we go. There is our winner. It is Taza Relaxation and Medita.
Medita. Taza Relaxation and Meditation. I hope that's meditation.
Yes.
So what's going to happen now is Daniel's going to pull your channel up. We're going to spin the wheel and see which one of the things that we're going to look at first on your channel.
Yes. Let me just find the channel first.
This is really exciting.
Thank you so much for having a really long name. I appreciate that. It makes my job so much easier.
Oh my goodness.
Let me see. I will find you yet. Taza Relaxation. Okay, I found the channel. I'm going to hold on to that. So, D, if you want to pull up on the screen, this is the channel, Taza Relaxation Meditation, 9 subscribers. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say a single thing because we have a wheel that decides what we're going to look at on this channel. Let's open up the curtain, and here is our wheel, YouTube Best Practices wheel, and all we're going to do is spin it and let it decide what we're going to look at. Let's see here, and we're going to look at cards. Is this channel using cards in their videos to help push the viewer towards more relevant content? So let me see if I can find that right here. Let me go there we go. All right, so let's go right to the most recent video. This is the most recent video. Now, if you were using cards, we would see a little white dot in the upper right, and I'm not seeing a little white dot, which means you are not using cards to help push people towards another piece of content. Oh! I think that's a strike, D. Unfortunately,
strike.
one strike. So I'll try to keep track of this. That's one strike so far, but that's okay. You got more chances. If you can get 3 right before you get 2 more wrong, you get to move on to the final round. So let's let the wheel decide what we're going to look at next. Come on, sound.
Where's it go?
Okay.
It's gonna be.
Clear thumbnails. Clear thumbnails. So does this channel use clear thumbnails that are easy for the viewer to understand exactly what this content might be about? So let's go back to the channel itself. Let's pull open the videos tab. D, what are you seeing?
I need to zoom up here.
Here, let me grab a giant magnifying glass and I'll go over
There you
these.
go. Black screen, Cliff Notes. Thumbnails are not clear. Okay, there's a couple of things going on here. First, go back to the one over here, that one. First and foremost, look at how small the text is on the thumbnail. Now, I love the picture itself. The picture looks very relaxing. It looks like somewhere I might sit and just chill out and just maybe meditate perhaps, or just relax. But the text is so small, you cannot even read it with a magnifying glass. So it's going to be impossible for people to actually read what is on your text. Now, here's the thing. You don't need to put text on your thumbnails. But if you are going to put text, like, you see how easy it is to read dark mode, even though I'm not real happy with that thumbnail either. But it's a really big, bold, easy to read text. I can't see the small text underneath it, but the word dark mode itself is big and bold. Again, super small text. I don't know what's going on there. So some of the pictures look chill. Some of them looks like something that might lead me into meditation, but I'm really confused. I don't understand the dark mode. You have to think about messaging. You have to think about, are your thumbnails and are your topics clear to viewers? For this particular one, we're looking only at the thumbnails. And if I were to only see the thumbnails here, for some of these, would you know that this is a relaxation and meditation channel if you saw a giant picture of a tiger with a black bar on the side? Well, I guess it's the next one that has the black bar with the butterfly. I would not. I would say this. I think you're heading in the right direction with some of the imagery, but
much better here. 1 hour waterfall scene and Sounds for Sleep. We've got that. I think that that's better. But overall, I got to tell you, if I was just glancing through, and I understand what dark mode is. I know that some people have said, like, well, people don't like to have the visual while they're trying to sleep and listen. You should tell them to minimize their screen, by the way. That's how YouTube works. It's a visual medium. And if people come here to try to sleep and put it on the background, all they have to do, thankfully now on mobile devices, is close their screen and YouTube will continue to play. This is the audio. I love that they're doing that now in the newest updates. So I'm going to say, what do you think, D? I'm not really feeling it. Yeah, sorry. I think that is strike 2, but don't worry, you're not out of the game yet. Let's see what the wheel has to say for us here. Hold on a second. Let's get the things in order. I got so many screens open that it's like a game show for me.
It is. It's a game show like to run this thing.
Let's spin that wheel.
Spin it. What's it going to be?
There it is. We've got end screens.
Screens.
Does this channel use end screens in the content to help push the viewer towards more content? I'm going to go right with I'm going to do this. I'm going to give him a fighting chance because I know that some of this stuff is designed to just sit and listen to. So if it's an hour long, you're probably putting people to sleep. Let me go with the shorter video. That's only 9 minutes long, that if any one of these should probably push towards another piece of content, it would be a 9-minute video. So let's go to the end. And there are end screens, my friend. You do have end screens. So 2 strikes, but 1 right. You are still in the game. Still in the game.
Still
it just goes to show that, just don't ever think that you're out. There's always a chance to come back. The comeback kid. Let me see here. Let me grab a couple of things. All right, let me get you down and let's spin that wheel. So exciting.
Yes.
Pinned comment. Now, D, explain to people what a pinned comment is and why it might be important to help growing a channel.
All right, so a pinned comment is your own comment under your video in the comment section that you can actually pin. Now, this is prime real estate. You can link out to another relevant video, or you can link out to a relevant playlist. Best practice here is to think about the video that the viewer just watched and link out to a similar video. It might be a part 2 or the next logical video that the viewer might want to watch. if you are not taking advantage of a pinned comment and linking out to more of your content, and the goal of your channel is to grow your channel, you are missing out. You're actually losing because you're leaving views on the table by not having a pinned comment.
All right, so here we let's share the screen here, D. And here is the latest video. Let's scroll down. I see no comment, never mind a pinned comment. So unfortunately, I think that's a third strike for our friend here. Well, that's the way that the cookie crumbles when it comes to the wheel who makes all the decisions for us. But why don't we go ahead and try this again? Let's put up the pick a winner, the giveaway tool from Streamyard. The next word is YouTube. Please spell it exactly as you see it here. Capital Y, capital T. Drop that into the chat, and we'll pick someone right out of the chat to pull up their channel next.
That's right. And after you type in YouTube into the chat, if you have not given this a thumbs up yet, type in the word YouTube, give this a thumbs up. It lets us, Daniel and Streamyard and myself know that you're enjoying the stream. We want to make sure that we're doing the right stuff and providing value. So write in the word YouTube, give this a thumbs up, and we're going to spin the wheel here. How many do we have in there now? 56.
Oh, this is no joke. They're coming in hard today. Only
56 people out of 105 won a channel review.
Well, maybe we need to let it keep rolling here. Maybe. We do have a bit of a delay. 62. All right, it's coming up. Okay, we'll give you a minute.
And
we'll give you a minute. You got to have fast fingers in this game. Fast fingers, and you have to have well-optimized channels. I think that's the secret to success on this game show.
And here's the thing, for those of you who are just joining us, because I see we just got a little bit of a surge, this is totally free. You don't have to pay anything. Everything is gamified. That means everyone in the chat has a fair chance to win. This is all automated. And when I hit draw here, the StreamYard giveaway tool is going to randomly pick a winner. We're going to review that channel, then we're going to move on to the next channel, so on and 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 so forth. All right, here we go. Only 68 people are interested. You ready?
Let's do it.
For the drum roll, here we go.
Snaps.
ASMR snaps. Love it. What do we have?
And there's our winner, Craig Colley Music. You are the next contestant on Channel Reviews.
I love it. So Craig Colley Music. I love when music channels get pulled up. Sometimes, you know, I've subscribed to so many music channels. Doing channel reviews, you pull up a channel and you're like, wow, it's a really cool music channel. Sometimes they're giving lessons or something like that. I recently picked up a Mac Mini. I've got Logic Pro. I've been watching tutorials like crazy, learning how to use Logic Pro. So I've been digging in music channels like crazy.
Yeah, well, you know, not really into music. Really, not my thing.
There it is. Look, mixing, mastering. So this is exactly what I'm into. What?
You are not allowed to say anything about this channel, my friend.
That's
because
right.
The wheel tells us
off.
What we can think about this channel and what to take a look at.
Spin the bad boy. Skin that smoke wagon. Let's go.
I'm going. Let me get this out of the way. Here's our wheel. Let's spin this thing.
Spin it. That's a slow wheel.
That is a size, just like at the end there. I didn't oil it. I should have greased this before we started.
Anticlimactic. Yeah.
Cards was the actual winner. Let's look at this channel and let's see if you are using cards into your content to push people towards more of your content, more relevant content. I'm going to grab the latest video. You just published this one right here. And if there were cards in this, I would see a circle in the upper right showing that there are cards. And unfortunately, I'm not seeing it here, my friend.
We're not seeing it? We don't have it?
Nope. That is a strike. But don't worry, that's only one strike. The reason I keep repeating that is so I don't forget myself. One strike, you have more chances to get back in this game and see if we can make it to the end. Let's spin the wheel again. Where's it gonna go? There we go. Optimize playlists. Does this channel use optimized playlists to help group content together and get people to look more at the overall structure of relevant content and putting it together into groups so people can follow along? They do have playlists. Let me look at the homepage and see what's here. D, I'm seeing playlist called Recording a Song Start to Finish. No description, but that's a very strong one. Shorts, uploads, behind the scenes, how I do it. Not sure that explains it. Let me read some of the other playlist titles that we have here. Let me pull out the magnifying glass so we can see. Live improvisation, just for fun. Behind the scenes, how I do it. Performing live. Solo rock show for bookings. I'm on the fence here. I'm feeling, I got to tell you, Craig Colley, I would say recording a song start to finish is such a great playlist title, right? It should scream the value proposition of your channel, which we've learned above is making music, mixing music, mastering, and marketing it. So I want all of your playlists to scream that value proposition, right? You got to have these optimized playlists that really work really well. I didn't see any descriptions, so that means that they're not as optimized as they could be. And then behind the scenes, if someone said to me, hey, what is Craig Colley's channel about? And I said, behind the scenes, how he does it. I don't think they'd get it. If I said live improvisation, is he a comedy channel? Is that no, promo, social media, PR videos. I don't know that these are really well optimized to scream the value proposition. I think you've got one or two, but what I would tell you is make sure that your playlists not only have descriptions, but scream that value proposition, like recording a song start to finish, or, how to, the art of improvising music on the spot, right? Use
how
those
to mix
words
for beginners.
There you go.
How to mix on Pro Tools or how to mix on whatever.
Right. I think you're talking too much about you behind the scenes, how I do it. Doesn't really scream to the viewer what it is that this channel's about. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to say I think that's strike two.
There you go.
I know this is
you
a hard
got one
game.
more chance.
Yeah, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. The wheel shall tell us.
That's right. Grease that wheel, man.
So slow.
What is a clear value proposition?
All right, Dee, now explain to people what a clear value proposition actually is.
A clear value proposition, scroll up there. A clear value proposition is a mission statement or a North Star, as I like to call it, to where you tell the viewer what's in it for them. I think his is pretty clear, though. It's not a statement, but it lets me know what his channel is about. Making, mixing, mastering, marketing music. To me, I think that's a clear value proposition. And as long as every video that he uploads is in alignment with that, as long as it has to do with one of those, I think it's good. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I look at this before I even start scrolling. Do I recognize exactly what this channel is about? Yeah, he's going to talk about making, mixing, mastering, and marketing music. I'm in. I know at a glance before I've even scrolled that what this channel is about. So I'm going to give that a win. That's two strikes. Yes,
I love it.
And got one win. So he's not out of the game yet. Oh boy, but it does get. I got to tell you, it's nerve-wracking. It gets tricky out there. Let's let the wheel tell us what we're going to. Well.
While you're rolling that, if you have a value proposition, type your value proposition into the chat right now. I want to read some. We've got 105 people in here. I want to see what some of your value propositions are, because there's some great value propositions out there. Some of them are clever.
Oh man. That's the big one. Host choice. So in this situation, either Dee or myself, which I'm going to pass this to Dee, gets to decide what it is that we're going to look at on this channel to see if they have done the things. Now, I got to tell you, from the wheel, we have things left like consistent uploads, pinned comment, link in the description, clear thumbnails, end screen, optimized titles. You take anything that you want to do from there, Dee.
Pinned comment. I love choosing the pinned comment because it's such an overlooked thing and where people are leaving views on the table.
Yep, I agree.
By the way, we've got some great value propositions coming up into the chat right now.
How to be a Minecraft YouTuber. That's solid. I know if someone said, what's your channel about? I teach people how to be a Minecraft YouTuber. I know exactly what that is.
That is a solid value proposition. All right, pinned comment. What do we have?
Okay, I'm going to scroll. Here we go. No pinned comment. Oh, man. And unfortunately, that is the third strike. The wheel has decided your destiny for you. We hate to see that happen to anyone, but we are not done here. We are going to go right ahead and use the Streamyard giveaway tool. Is that what it's actually, what's the technical term? I should know this, right?
The giveaway tool.
The giveaway tool. Right. To actually put this word in the chat spelled exactly as you see it, capital P-I-N-N-E-D, pinned as in pinned comment.
That's right.
Let me reset the wheel over here.
Yep. Pinned comment. Listen, if you are not using pinned comments, you are missing out on views. And here's the thing. When you just put a pinned comment on one or two videos, yeah, you can get a little bit of views that way, even if you have a small channel. But when you do this across your entire content library, you do this at scale, That's where things start to make a difference. So don't just put it on your latest video. Go through all of your videos and link out to a relevant video. Try to think of the logical next video that people might watch and create a web of sorts of videos where they can link from one to the other to the other. Take that same video that you're linking out in your pinned comment, put it as your card, put it on your end screen, and drive everybody to a single video.
People forget that. I think sometimes people go like, yeah, but how many people are going to click that pinned comment, or how many people are going to click a card, or how many people are going to click an end screen? And they forget that these things are cumulative.
Yes.
If you use all of those things together and you start pushing everybody in one direction, no matter where they click, pinned comment, link in the description, in a card, in an end screen, and they all move in one direction, this is traffic data that YouTube can take and interpret and decide what to recommend to viewers next when they're watching one of your videos already. And I can tell you this works. I promise you this works. I put out a video the other day and I asked everybody I knew, I reached out and I said, in the first 24 hours, take a screenshot of what YouTube is recommending you as up next and in the top of the suggested. And every single person in the first 24 hours who sent me a picture back was the exact same video, the one that I had in my card, end screen, pin comment, link in the description above the fold. Because I pushed viewers in that direction, YouTube picked up on it and started doing the same. It's really important and it works.
It is, and it's a good habit to start now if you have a new channel or if you haven't done it yet, because here's what's going to happen. As long as you don't quit, as long as you keep learning, your channel is going to grow. And as your channel grows, that's where you're really going to start to see things change. I know with Daniel's size of a channel and my size of a channel, and there's people in here that have much larger channels than ours and get a lot more views, you're really going to start to see the needle move when you start to send hundreds of views, if not thousands of views, just through the pinned comment alone. All right,
and I heard it's not the size of your channel, it's what you do with it.
This is true. This is true. Let's roll it. Are you ready?
Let's roll this thing.
Here we go.
Oh, wait. Do we get it? Oh, I started too early.
Yep.
We're hitting all the buttons. There it is.
Gabe, congratulations, Gabe. All the buttons got hit there.
You know, this is why we're professionals. We're working it out, folks. I swear we're getting better at this every single week, hitting buttons all at the same time. All right, so we got Gabe. Gabe's channel is called, what was the name of the channel?
Where did it go?
Gabe Altier. All right.
Altier.
Altier.
And it looks like he's holding, is he holding a drone? I can't tell. It's small here on my screen.
Yeah, it's very small. It almost looks like a set of wheels. If I were going to guess, that looks like the skating wheels. You know, the ones the tiny ones you can strap on.
Oh, let's see what it is.
Oh,
nailed it.
Documenting my free skating journey. I'm not going to say anything. Yes, I am. That's really great. That was a really great channel icon because you were holding up the wheels. Love it. But I'm not allowed to even talk about your channel, and neither is Dee, because we have a wheel that tells us what it is we're going to talk about or look at or make fun of. Or
spin it. Spin it.
Wait, where's my mouse? Let me find it. So hard. So many buttons. Oh, we need more grease. Oh, there we go. Pinned comment. Again. It's like pinned comment's very important. That's how important pinned comment is. The wheel keeps coming back to it. That just gives you a hint of how important pinned comment. Dee was not playing around. So let's do this. Let's pull up your channel. I'm going to go to your most recent video because if you were ever, you know, I can understand sometimes there'd be really old videos. Took you a while to figure out things you should be doing. So we're going to go right to the newest one and we're going to go down and see if you have a pinned comment. I am not seeing a pinned comment. Man, that is a strike. And I hate to see anyone get a strike this early in the game. But you've got more chances. I don't want you to feel that you're out of it yet because in this game, there's always a chance to come back. If I can just, well, there isn't a chance to come back if I can't find which screen my mouse is on. I have so many screens up in my, I'm like, is it this one?
Dual monitor problems.
I know. Triple. I get 3 monitors going.
Yeah, so here's, oh, go ahead.
Oh, we're rolling.
We're rolling it.
We're not playing around here. We're moving.
Yeah.
Clear thumbnails. That's a great one. Are your thumbnails clear? And we mean clear in the sense that when we look at your thumbnails, is it easy for the viewer to recognize exactly what this content might be about? All right. So clear isn't how good your picture is. It's can we look at it and we understand the content? Let's go to the videos tab and let's take a peek. Dee, let me get the magnifying glass out because we're both old. And let me see if I can hold it though. Here we go. Let's see. Man, I'm seeing him stop hurting your free skate progress. He's got the feet. He's got the wheels flipped up right there. The secret to throwback on free skates, he's actually showing the throwback. That's pretty good. Free skate competitions explained. He's got the 3 podiums like the Olympics with free skate wheels on each one. D. For Why Cheap Free Skates Suck. Great title, by the way. With a $30 price tag. And him, I got to tell you, if I saw this, I'm going to say absolutely I understand. They're great job with these thumbnails, Gabe. Really, really powerful at a glance. You know what I really love about these thumbnails, D?
What's that?
Not a lot of text, right?
Yeah.
He lets them work with the title, right? If he's going to say free skate competitions explained, he took the time to develop like a podium like you would see at the Olympics, first, second, third with the free skates up there. He's got the Why Cheap Free Skates Suck, and then he's got like these free skates with a $30 price tag. He really thought about, how do I take the message of the video and put it right into the image without drawing all over it and putting my face and arrows and words? The picture's worth 1,000 words, and he's done a great job.
Yep. I love it. Spin that wheel.
Let's spin that wheel.
Put a little grease in it and spin it.
I got to push it harder or something. Optimized playlists. So are these playlists optimized for the viewer? So if someone comes along and they see these playlists, do they do the same thing? Do they help support the value proposition of the channel? Now, I'm going to start in the playlist tab, and let's see what this, again, we're talking about documenting his free skating journey, and we've got free skating with friends, learn about free skates unboxings, my free skate journey, free skate tutorials, free skates progression. Man, I got to tell you right off the bat, I'm going to check one more thing on the homepage. In a perfect world, I would like to see these here, and I would like to see them with descriptions. But just based on where you're staying here and what you've done with the titles of these, I'm going to give that a win. I'm going to say that that's it, right?
Love it.
I love it. So wait a minute, was that 2 or is that 3? 2.
2 wins.
2 wins. You got 2 wins. If you get one more, Gabe, you're going to move on to the final draw at the end of our show, where we take every channel that has managed to have 3 successful best practices achieved, and we spin the wheel, and anybody who wins in the final spin in our final drawing is going to win something from the Streamyard catalog of merch, including these wonderful mugs that we're drinking of. And I'm telling you, these are so big. But you see the size of these things? They're just monstrous.
I eat cereal out of this thing.
Really?
And coffee.
Well, I could sit in this mug and eat cereal. That's how big this is.
Yeah. Did I just say I eat coffee?
Yeah, why not?
I eat cereal and drink coffee.
How do you take care of coffee? Extra chunky?
Yes. Coffee eater. That's me.
I eat it with a fork.
I eat coffee. Yeah. I just eat the beans.
Boy,
value proposition.
I got to tell you right now, we've taken a look at this channel, and I'm not going to have to go very far to say, listen, when I land here and I see documenting my free skating journey, and you talk about all of these playlists and content, this is a win. That is such a huge
That's
achievement.
a win all the way around. That's a great value proposition.
Really
and
good.
Congratulations, you move on to win for your chance to win StreamYard merch.
Yeah. And listen, congratulations on the 1,350 subscribers you've already gained, Gabe. You're doing a great job. We love the look of the channel. I like the way you've put things together. It's easy for the viewer to understand what this channel is about. Really think about some of the things that you're doing here and continue doing it. That intentionality, not just you, Gabe, but everybody out there in the chat. Do you see how easy it was for us to understand this channel? From everything from the channel art through the playlist titles to the titles of the videos to the way he built his thumbnails. Really, really great messaging, so that anyone who just saw this in a scroll when they were moving quickly would go, hey, I'm into free skating. I would like to check out this channel. Great job, pal.
Yep. Great job. Who's next?
Well, let's see. Let's get the giveaway tool going. This word right now is playlist. Please spell it as you see it, capital Playlist. Please put that into the chat and help us pick the next contestant.
Tom Nash, how you doing, buddy? This is very cool channel. Absolutely. You know, when you come across a channel like that where the value proposition is clear, the thumbnails are clear, the titles are clear, you know exactly what's going on with the channel, and then you can make the decision if that channel's for you or not. People won't give you a lot of time to try to figure things out. Like if they land on your channel, let's say they watch one video is suggested to them, they watch the video, and this is what I do. I'll watch a video, and before I subscribe to the channel, I'll say, I wonder what the rest of their content is like. And I'll go look at their homepage, and I'll say, okay, if the rest of their content is similar to the video that I just watched and I like, I'll probably subscribe to the channel. But I can't tell you how many times I've clicked through and I go, wait a minute, this is a bunch of stuff I'm not interested in, and I don't subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, like Gabe just had. If I was into free skating and I saw that, I would be like, well, I'm going to subscribe just to bookmark this, to come back to it, because I know when I do come back, I know what I'm going to get. It's consistent with what he's putting out there. He's got a great value prop, and he's doing everything he can to support that value proposition. You
ready to roll?
I think we should roll this thing, my friend. Drums.
65, that's it. 68, let's do it. I see Beanie Draws, Paul Peck Drywall Tube, Pixelpia, Costume Co. Who's it going to be? We're rolling.
And the winner is Mr. Michael Andrews. Congratulations. Come on up to the stage.
You're the next contestant on Channel Reviews.
We need a stage. We literally need to go listen, you need to get here live.
That would be, you know what? This would be an awesome thing to have it like VidSummit or something like that. Like an on-stage game show channel review thing. That would be epic.
Man, you have great ideas. Let's do that one of these times. Let's figure that out.
That would
when
be
COVID
epic.
is over and we can do this successfully, and then we can get you out of Mexico. There's just a few bugs we have to work out first, D.
I bet Daryl would let us do it.
I bet he would too. I would totally do this live. I would do this live all day long. All right. I'm not going to say a thing. I can't even look at this channel.
Yep.
I'm just going to say, listen, we have a wheel, and the wheel tells us what we need to do. So let's let the wheel decide. Look, this is all reset. Let me just make sure I've got it reset. I don't want to.
Did you grease it?
I spit on it or something. I don't know what'll happen, but
little natural lube fixes everything.
Don't say that. Don't get demonetized. Optimized titles. So on this channel, when we look at your video titles, when we're looking at them, do they scream whatever this what the value proposition is? Do I understand clearly what's in this what these videos are about and why I would want to watch this channel? So let me go to the videos tab. Let me get out the microscope for old people, and I'm reading Meet the Sandwich in Real Life. Here's looking at you, fish. Wow, there's fish in my ... 6-year-old celebrates birthday jump at Air Zone. Feeding fish underwater with a GoPro. Flips, tricks, dives, and slides. Fun with new friend. How to make s'mores. All right, so it's a cooking channel. It's a swimming channel.
It's a family channel, I think.
Maybe new green screen fun. Here's part of the problem. When we say that we're looking for really well optimized titles, we mean optimized for the channel so that we understand what to expect from you. Not just something that's all over the place. Like, well, I understand what green screen is, but now we've got a cookout. Now we've got fishing with our GoPro.
What's the most popular?
Yeah, let's maybe we'll win something from it. Maybe we'll get a better idea. Let's spin this around. Go most popular. We got 2,700 views on Mr. Beast eating a burger with no honey mustard.
That's not your video though.
Ooh, yeah, that's a reaction video maybe because I see a puppet. Okay. Bananas are cool. Would be funny if it was a. Boy, I gotta tell you, I have no idea what this channel is about. Those titles don't give me any clue why I'd want to watch this content or what to expect from the next piece of content or to tie back to the value proposition. I'm gonna have to say that one's gonna be a strike here, D.
You give him a strike?
Yeah.
I gotta scroll down and...
Oh, we just gotta find it. There we go.
So we just gave him a strike. Now, this is a family channel. It looks like it's got a hodgepodge of different content on there. Let's give them some suggestions of how they can actually improve. Just looking at your titles here, you've got things kind of all over the place. Some things are working for you. Some things are not working for you. You want to go back to the homepage?
Yeah, let me do that. Hold on a second. Let me do home.
I do find that, having family channels are definitely difficult these days to kind of get the ball rolling. Not impossible, but it's a little bit difficult. Here's what I would recommend you do. I would recommend you go study large family channels who are succeeding on the platform right now. Study them, look at their thumbnails, look at how they write their descriptions, look at the topics that they're using, if they're doing challenges, that sort of thing, and then see if you can find patterns on their channel of things that do really well on their channel, and then see if that's something that you can implement on your channel. because if it works for a couple of family channels, it's probably going to work for yours as well. But the disconnect that I'm seeing here is like you've got your family in your channel art, and then you have things in your thumbnails like you're feeding fish with a GoPro, and that's where things just kind of fall apart for me because I'm thinking family channel, and then you've got fishing videos. And listen, here's the thing: this is totally fine if you're just like wanting to use this as cloud storage, or you're just trying to keep a diary for your family, you're doing this for fun, then all of this is totally fine. But if your goal is to streamline your channel and actually grow your channel and turn it into something that you might actually be able to make money with, then that's when I would start, trying to be very intentional with everything that you put together: thumbnails, titles, topics, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that, Daniel.
No, I think you nailed it. It's like intentionality. You have to understand that people who come here are going to expect a certain thing. You got to make it about the viewer. What are they there for? What's the value that they're going to get? What's going to make them stop in the scroll when they're getting served all sorts of videos that are based on their interest? Like a guy like me, I might get served videos that are about music and guitars or Harley Davidsons or trending topics, and I'm scrolling and I come by, what you eating is one of your videos here. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to click that. I don't even know what that is. So it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand what it is. Even if I was interested in it, I don't know. It doesn't tell me what it is. So those titles don't do anything for me. You really have to speak to the viewer and make them understand why they would want to watch this video. Pull it together to a place where people click on one and they go, oh, if they enjoyed that, and you're trying to grow a channel, let's assume you're trying to grow a channel. Like Dee said, if you're not, doesn't matter. But if you're here and you're looking to get reviewed, then we assume that means you're trying to grow this channel. And the way to do that is to connect with the idea. If it's going to be a family channel, that then make sure it really screams that and really talks about like if instead of what you eating, if that's about the snacks your kids really love, then make it a video that really says like these 5 snacks that our kids can't stop eating, right? And it really speaks to the kind of value of the family. Or if it's ones they hate, like the worst snacks that our kids refuse to eat, or something to that effect, instead of what you eating. Because if you walked up to somebody and they said, hey, what's your channel about? What kind of content you make? And you went, what you eating? I don't know that says anything. It doesn't explain anything to them, right? They need more. So think about that when you're developing your titles, okay?
Love it. Spin that wheel.
I will. Let me pull this down and let's get that wheel moving. There we go. We've got the host choice. Did you choose last time, Dee?
I did choose last time. So you, please, sir, choose
I will.
this time.
I'm going to go with what we haven't seen yet. I can't tell you how important I think a clear value proposition is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here and I'm going to see if we can pull up the channel and see if I get a very clear value proposition from the homepage. Meaning the minute I land here, do I understand at a glance exactly what this channel is about, what it's about, who the target audience is, and why they would want to watch this channel as opposed to anything else they might get served in a particular watch session, right? Give me that and I'm all in. So I'm starting up here. The first thing I'm going to say is let me go magnifying glass. I've got a little issue with the rainbow colors. There's so much going on that you're using every color that you can. And Andrew's Family Production, okay, so you're a production company. Our Patreon, here's a Patreon link, Mr. Michael Andrews, Lost Civilization 2, Lost Civilization 1. Outside of the fact I see a picture of your family, I really do not have a clue looking at this, what this channel's about. Dee, am I missing something?
No, I actually find it confusing with the Lost Civilizations, and I'm not sure. And here's the thing: you never want someone to have to try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
You want people to know in a split second what's going on here. So if you're just documenting your family, even if it's just family vlogs or, I don't know if you're a single father, but I'm just putting this out here, adventures of single father raising 5 boys or whatever it is, just something to let me know what's happening on your channel.
Yeah. Yeah. That would make sense, right? Like Dee said, like my single parent family or something. We would know right off the bat, we'd get that. I'm seeing Lost Civilization, Patreon. You're asking people to give you money and join Patreon. And I don't even know why. And it's like, and the name of the channel is Mr. Michael Andrews. So right off the bat, I don't I'm confused, right? I see a family and like, I'm not getting it. The name, even the channel name doesn't help me out. When I scroll down, I see upload, shorts, playlists, and none of those words help me. So I'm going to say, I'm sorry. I think that's strike number 2 on this channel. But don't worry, it's not over yet. We still have another shot here. Let's spin that one.
Overall, I'm just going to say, think of how you want to focus your channel. I think that's the biggest thing to take away from all of this. And you've got one more chance here, but just think about a focus, think about a direction, think about your value proposition, what your channel is about, and then start making content that's in alignment with your value proposition.
Absolutely. Let's spin that wheel.
Spin it.
Wait. So I think we just kind of did that. So I should have taken that one out. My bad. Let's do it one more time.
Way to go. What do we
There
have?
it is. Cards. So cards. Let's see if our friend is Mr. Michael Andrews is using cards. I'm going to go to your latest video. Make sure it's not a short. That's only a minute. So let me go to the 8:37. This is a little longer. This is a longer video. So let me pull that up.
Oh.
And I do see a card, my friend. You have put cards in your video, which is a fantastic thing to do. It's a great way to push people towards more of your content. So now we got 2 strikes and 1 win. See, it just goes to show.
That's right.
Like, when it comes to the wheel, you're never out. You're never really out. Kind of
right.
like the mafia. You know, just when you think you're out,
That
the
pull you back in for one more job.
The wheel drags you back in. Let's spin that wheel again.
Pulls you back in for one more job. Grease that thing.
It needs way more grease. We've got link in the description. So, Dee, can you explain to creators out there what a link in the description is, where to put it, and why it's important to helping them grow their channel?
Absolutely. A link in the description is as important as the pinned comment. You want to link out to relevant videos like the one they just watched, or to relevant playlists with a series of videos like the one they just watched. Now, the best place to put them is called above the fold. That is above the part that says show more on the desktop. Now, for mobile viewers, you don't see that, but desktop viewers, they see a little piece of text there in the description. After about 3 or 4 lines of text, they see a little thing that says show more. Put a link above that, right? And the same thing that you link to there on that top link for your description, that's the same thing you put down there in your pinned comment. Put the same thing in your card. Put the same thing on your end screen. All roads lead to Rome on that. Send all of those people to a single relevant video like the one they just watched.
Especially when you're a small channel, right? Because you've probably seen bigger channels that do different things and try things differently that have been established. We're really talking about, especially smaller channels, when you're really trying to get momentum, get your channel growing. These sort of intentional things can really help funnel viewers in a specific direction. And a lot of people out there are like, oh, man, if I could get an extra 200-300 views, this would really help my channel grow. And those extra views mean a lot because it's traffic data that YouTube can interpret. So let's take a look and let's see. I'm keeping this video up because he had a card. So this was the one I'm going to stick with. He was doing the right things. Let's scroll down. Let's look for a link in the description. Now, the wheel didn't ask for it to be above the fold. Like Dee was saying, here's the show more. I will click the show more. It says this is also cool. Check it out. Let me click to see if it's a Mr. Michael Andrews video. And in fact, it is another Mr. Michael Andrews video. So there's a perfect example of using a link in the description to push people towards another piece of content. Now, Mr. Michael Andrews, I would tell you, try to get that above the fold. You see how I had to click? This is much better. This one right here we ended up on actually has the link above the fold here. If you can see that. Let me get the microscope.
Can you zoom in on that? There it is.
See that? So above, see where it says show more right there? I don't have to click that show more to see this is also cool, so check it out. You may want to think about being a little more compelling with your description here. Just telling people it's cool may not be enough. If you've got video content, let's say that you're talking about your family's adventures, and it is a family channel, I'm guessing, then make sure you see this, check out this other incredible adventure from the Andrews family would be something that, the Andrews family goes to wherever, and you have that in the compelling element that's pointing towards the link. Those things can help the viewer understand the content. This is why we scream about a value proposition. The 3 W's, what your channel's about, who the target audience is, why they should watch. Make sure everything you can create, that you create from titles to your playlist titles, to your descriptions, to your thumbnails, make sure all of those things scream that value proposition and people can get it in an instant, okay? Are we at 2 and 2?
2 and 2. This is going to be the deal breaker right here.
Wow. All right, here we go. Let's let the wheel do its thing.
Oh, it's spinning now. Look at that.
Just have to hit it right, I guess.
Greased it. There we go.
There's our cleared thumbnails. Okay, so let's pull this channel back up and let me see. Let me do this. Let me get rid of the microscope here, the magnifying glass, whatever you call it. I'm not really good with English. English is my second language. Let me go over to videos, and I feel that I want to say. I think we're having some. I'm going to let you go with this, D, because we looked at the titles and we had a lot of disconnect understanding what things are about. Let me get the magnifying glass and you take a look at some of these.
I'm torn on this because for some of the things it's clear, like feeding fish underwater with the GoPro, and you got a big thing with a fish. That's a clear thumbnail to me, right?
Yep.
The flips and tricks and dives, and he's like going backwards into a swimming pool.
Yep.
That's a clear thing. Our first cooking video. Cookout on the lake, that's a clear thing. I mean, we had issues with the titles, and we had issues with the value proposition and the clarity and overall focus. Zombies, there's a zombie. I mean,
yeah, I'm on the. I guess if we're going to be strict,
I'm going to give it to him
by what the wheel says. I think.
What do you think?
I think we got to give it to them. They are clear.
Yeah.
I can see what they're about. So, this is exactly what we're talking about. Mr. Michael Andrews, that's a third win, right? That's number 3. So you are moving on to the final spin of the wheel. This is what's great about this game show, D, right? Because there are some channels here that you might go, I think that he needs more work than the other one who just lost. But the wheel decides. The wheel decides. But I hope along the way that you're taking some notes here, Michael Andrews, and everybody else playing the game, so that you can see the kind of things we're talking about and not just having fun with the game, but learning along the way.
And this shows you that literally everyone has a chance.
Yeah.
You know, so many times in channel reviews, you see things in my own channel reviews that I've done on my channel and other channels, you'll see things like, well, this isn't fair, or do I have to pay, or how do I do? Everybody has a fair chance. This is totally gamified. And this is how you get a chance right now to get your channel pulled up. What you need to do is type in this word into the chat right now, because we were just talking about focus. So type the word in focus into the chat right now.
Just as you see it, capital F-O-C-U-S. Let's spell it that way so that you can be entered into the drawing. And then we'll let the Streamyard giveaway tool. As we're sitting here, Dee, can you tell people what tool it is, exactly what it is we're using here to pull up the winner from the chat?
Yeah, we're using the Streamyard giveaway tool. If you are a Streamyard user, this is a free tool that you can use. You go to streamyard.com/giveaway. And all you do is you can put hashtags in there, you can put words in there, and then you need to do a screen share. And when you do the screen share, it just comes up on your screen. And when enough people enter, you hit draw, and it randomly chooses a winner. This is one of the coolest features that StreamYard has released in quite. I mean, they've been releasing a lot of really cool features lately, including the ability to actually play a video as a live stream. Like that's huge. I haven't used that yet, but that's huge. And you can download individual audio tracks, high quality audio tracks, if you're doing podcasts or that sort of thing. So yeah, they're really stepping their game up.
Yeah, lots of great stuff. And if any of you out there have not tried StreamYard, who is sponsoring this show today, make sure you click on the links that are down below in the description and get on over there and try StreamYard for free today. You can start live streaming and make streams like we're doing right here for free. We have up to 20 hours of live streaming with some of the basic features. You can get in there nice and easy, no heavy lifting. StreamYard does the heavy lifting for you because it is cloud server based. So all of this stuff happens on their website. They do the heavy lifting. You don't have to download any software, and you can invite friends, which is exactly what Dee and I are doing here. He invited me here.
I did.
I was a friend.
Was a mistake. I've regretted it every minute since I sent the invite link.
Can't get rid of me. Can't shake me loose.
Well, yeah. So if you're trying to figure out a way to do how do I bring guests onto my stream? This is how you do it, and it's super easy. What do you say we go ahead and run this? We've got 74 people.
Ooh, people are getting into it now.
Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Who's it going to be?
Anybody.
Who's it going to be? Who's going
I hit it too soon. I'll get this right. Yeah, there it is. Brandon Jackson.
Brandon Jackson.
So, Brandon, what we're going to do is we're going to go find your channel. We're going to pull it up. And as we did before, we're going to let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at here today. Let's see if I can find Brandon Jackson's channel. Sometimes
that was a weird little skippy thing at the end.
Yeah, it was. Sometimes it's it is what it is.
I think Paul Peck rigged it. Paul
has an ability to control. I got to see. Show me, Brandon. Do we have the winner up there again? I just want to make sure I have the right thumbnail. Do you still have that?
Right there.
Yeah. All right. There. Perfect. So that's his channel icon, so I know it's him. All right. We got him.
You got him?
Yeah.
Add to the screen. There he is.
There he is. Okay. So this is Brandon Jackson's channel, which we're going to say nothing about. Absolutely nothing, because we have a wheel that decides what it is we're going to look at your channel, Mr. Brandon Jackson. So let's, oh my God, my mind is still blown right now. I know. It's exciting, but that's okay. Hold it together. We're going to spin a wheel.
Yep.
I didn't put enough grease. The grease fell off. There we go. We got cards.
All right.
Mr. Brandon Jackson, what we're going to do is we're going to look at your content, and we're going to see if you're using cards to push people towards more content that they might enjoy after watching the video they're already watching. So I'm going to click your latest video, and I already see in the upper right there are a ton of cards.
Oh, really?
I'm going to say that this is a win because he is using cards, so we're going to give you one right. That is a winner. I will say this to you, Brandon, and everybody else in the chat. Think about intentionality. If you have cards popping up 100 times, if you were walking through a grocery store and you're going in to buy groceries for tonight's dinner, right? And every time you turned an aisle, someone said, do you want to try our new soap product? Do you want to try, what about this? We have a new breakfast bar. Would you like to try that? Sir, we have these new mops that work great for cleaning your floors. Would you like to try them? You would finally get to the point like, I'm just trying to do my thing. You're throwing too much at me. That the same thing is true as a creator. Think about your ask. What I would tell you is instead of putting all of these cards up, think about putting a single card up there. Push that viewer in one direction. Put it up near the end, because you had them firing right off from the beginning. The minute I started the video, I saw the teaser text come out. So best practices says put them 80% of the way through the video or more, because that's where the really engaged viewers are. Those are the people who have made it through a good portion of your video, and they're more likely to click a card. So pick one, put it at the end, but you got a card, so I can't say anything more. So that's a one win so far. Let's pull up the wheel and let's let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at next.
Let's do it.
Come on, Grease.
Blow on it.
I know. There we go. Pinned comment. Dee, tell them about the pinned comment again for anyone who might have missed it before.
The pinned comment, once again, it is prime real estate on your channel. The pinned comment is a normal comment, just like other people leave comments, but you leave the comment this time and you link out to a relevant video or a relevant playlist, your own video, your own playlist, and put some text before it. Let people know, hey, also watch this thing, also watch, and then sell a little bit. Be compelling. Hold on, I have to sneeze. This is really embarrassing.
Here we go. You mute and just go ahead. It's okay.
I'm putting it on you. You.
All right.
Carry
Well, let me explain this. Mute while he puts mucus all over his camera lens. Let me explain. If anyone doesn't know how to pin a comment, any video that is yours, you can go in, put a comment there, and after you've posted your comment, slide over to the right and you'll see a series of dots. As creators, you probably know this. You can do things like delete someone else's comment, or you can edit your own comments, but you also, as the creator on your own channel, have the ability to pin. So put your own comment there and pin it. Dee, how was the sneeze?
You know what? This is the thing I love about going live. Like, you can edit this sort of thing out of a video, right? And people polish their videos and everything looks great up on the video. But when you're live, man, it's warts and all. It's sneezes and mucus and all. And that was great. That was great. I hardly ever sneeze on a live stream, but it got me.
Hey, I want to say that our game show is nothing to sneeze at, folks. That's all I got. That's all I got. And we were trying to find if there was a pinned comment. So let's scroll down. And as we see the comments here, unfortunately, I do not see a pinned comment. So that is and that's a lose. So is that first strike or second strike?
That's your first strike. And you're leaving views on the table here. Views on the table. Here's what I love to do. I like to put a little emoji, right? Just to get their attention. I'll put a fire emoji or a little finger pointing emoji. Or something, a little stop emoji, something to get their attention. And then I'll say, watch next. and I'll just put like a little short title, something compelling, tell them what the video is, and then I link out to a video that's similar to the one that they just watched. Kind of a part 2 or the logical next video that the viewer might want to watch.
Very powerful way to drive more views to your content. And I think it's underrated. I think sometimes just leaving that with nothing happening, don't leave that real estate open. That's a perfect place for you to recommend more of your own content. So please use it. Back to the wheel, back to the wheel.
Spin it.
Let me know if you need to sneeze again, D.
No, I'm good. But I'll definitely let you know if I do.
Yeah, wait. I thought we were going to get end screens there, but we went right to clear thumbnails. So when we say clear thumbnails, we mean not just can I see the picture very clearly? We mean, is it easy for the viewer to understand what this content might be about? If they look at it, they go, I get it. I get what these videos are about. I get what this is. Why I would want to stop and watch this video. So let me scroll down. Let me pull out the magnifying glass, and let's see. D, take a look and tell me what you think.
That's really text heavy. Hey, you, yes, you, would you like to join me, my family, on my birthday? That's a whole lot of text for a thumbnail. When you make thumbnails, more times than not, less is more. Yep. Less is usually more when it comes to thumbnails. You don't even have to put text. But if you are going to put text, you don't want to put a lot of text on there.
Right.
Happy 23rd birthday.
Did our friend here, Brandon, just turned 23? If that's the case, my friend, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That's just from 2 days ago. So he, stop. It's my birthday tomorrow. I got a message. Henry comes to life. I'm really trying to just look at the thumbnails and understand. 14th anniversary on YouTube. Lots of text. Time to, I'm just trying to look. I got to be honest. I'm not seeing it. The one that I saw that I thought maybe the new Elgato webcam test, you do have the webcam. I can kind of see it, but it almost looks like a screenshot, like a frame from the video, so it's not really clear. When I pull that away, I can't, I'd have to really look to read what that is to see that it's an Elgato face cam. That's about the only one that seemed close to really helping me understand what these are about. Other than that, pictures with a lot of text. You're really relying on text to tell the story. And I got to tell you, people don't stop and read thumbnails. They glance at them. They're like, I always say this, like if McDonald's has the McRib back out, it doesn't put, and it has, like those big, you see the big billboards on the highway. It doesn't write on a billboard, hey everyone, don't forget that the McRib is coming back to McDonald's August 23rd and you should stop by and buy one because they're really tasty and they're only out for a limited amount of time. They show a picture of the McRib.
Good.
They just showed the McRib, and they showed McDonald's.
All beef what was it? 2 all beef patties, special sauce,
lettuce, cheese, pickles. Oh, you mean the Big Mac? Yeah. Right.
Yeah. What's the whole thing? Does anybody remember that?
2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Holy cow! I can't believe you remember that.
I used to work at McDonald's.
Daniel's a winner, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, unfortunately, no, I got the other one. I think that's a second strike, but. This is the craziness of the wheel. The wheel tells us what to look at, and who are we to argue with the wheel? I mean, we could argue, but I can barely get the thing greased. Never mind arguing with it.
I'm sneezing on camera. Daniel's singing McDonald's jingles.
Remembering my glory days.
Yeah.
So we've got end screens. So let's quickly take a peek and see if Brandon is using end screens to help drive viewers to another piece of content from within the piece of content they're watching at the moment. So here it is. This is his latest video. I got to make sure that this is it's a half hour long. So this is definitely eligible for a end screen because I believe 20 seconds or longer can have an end screen. So let me go all the way to the end and let's see what we have here.
Scrub.
I see end screens. I see the end screens there. So that means our friend has used end screens in his content. Brandon, good job. Is that 2 and 2?
That is 2 and 2.
2 and 2. Boy, no. What do we call this? Sudden death?
Yeah, it's called it's called a Mexican standoff, I believe.
This is what it is. And spin that wheel.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right. D, I'm going to let you run with this. Let me pull up the channel again. Let's go right back to the homepage because the homepage is the best place to really understand what a channel might be about. Can you read this okay?
Vlogs and adventures of my autistic life. You know, I understand what this is going to be about. I think you could lose the vlogs personally.
Yep.
You know,
agree.
adventures of, you know, the adventures of my autistic life, that speaks to me, because a vlog is just, that's not really a niche. That's just grabbing a camera and talking to it. I think the word vlog is overused. Simplified, the adventures of my autistic life, I think that's a winner for me.
Boy, I got to tell you, I didn't even have to scroll. Yeah, I think Adventures of My Autistic Life, man, you nailed it up top, Brendan. That really, I know that everything that I should see in here before I even scroll is probably you kind of going, you know, explaining, you know, things that are going on in your day and how how things might be from the perspective of someone who's autistic. So I get this. I get it. I think that's great. And that means that our friend Brandon Jackson is moving on to the final. That's a great way to go, my friend. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Well done.
We're so fast paced today. Hold on, I'm just going to take a little drink break here. D.
Yes.
Let's pull up that giveaway tool and let's see if we can find someone in the chat that we can pull up.
Let's pull it up here. I'm going to pull up the next one. I'm going to pull up the next one. We're going to add this to the screen. The Yard, as in Streamyard.
Now remember, folks,
user, you know the Yard.
Spell this exactly as you see it. Capital T, capital Y, no spaces. The Yard.
The Yard.
The Yard.
Just how you see it.
I love it, man. There's so many moving parts in this game show we do. There's so many buttons we push. I should be an octopus and have more ability to have arms touching different things and pushing buttons.
I feel like I'm at the circus and I'm like juggling like clubs and a couple of machetes while standing on a board and balancing on a ball. That's kind of what I feel.
Never sneeze while juggling. I think that's a circus rule.
And I'm sneezing. Yes. And I'm sneezing. I'm like, but the thing is, StreamYard makes it so easy to do that.
Right. Boy, I got to tell you that. The StreamYard part is so simple. They have simplified the ability to pull someone right out of the chat by simply putting the giveaway tool into action and dropping a word in. That makes it simple. It's all these other buttons we're pushing that we make it harder on ourselves. At least StreamYard helps us out. Lord knows on our own we're a mess. We need all the help we can get.
Now, before I roll this, if you have not shared this out yet, if you have not given this a thumbs up, please do that. You know, at the very least, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you're enjoying this, so they'll bring us back next month. Our contracts are coming up. We got to re-sign. You need to let them know
help.
You need to let them know that you want us to come back next year.
It looks like my camera has frozen. I don't know why that is. I had that issue last week, and it looks like it has decided to freeze on me. So I might have to do some resetting here.
Okay, I'll remove you for a little bit here, and I'll just kind of get up and run with this. The background's a little wonky, but that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually run this without. We're going to run this without the actual drum roll. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to do ASMR snaps. That's what I'm going to do. So here we go. 70 people waiting. We're going to draw ASMR snaps because we don't have a drum roll. ASMR snapping. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Turbo and the Tech Nerd. Congratulations, Turbo and the Tech Nerd. Daniel, welcome back. Nice to have you.
Thank you. It's good to be here. I'm aware. Yep. There's your delayed ding, ding, ding. Oh, there's always something going on. Okay, so I have to look up. Let me find Turbo, the Tech Nerd.
Turbo the Tech Nerd.
Turbo the Tech Nerd.
You're the next contestant on Channel Reviews.
Channel Reviews.
I'm telling you, we need to do this at an event.
Oh, I would love it.
In a room. In a room, set it up, gamify the whole thing.
I think that, and you know what? And then we could, instead of giving away prizes and mailing them, we could launch them.
There.
We need a T-shirt launcher, like they do with concerts, and fire out T-shirts.
I would rather play a game like this and do channel reviews this way than actually give a presentation. It would be so much more engaging.
Dara Leaves, if you're out there.
Yes. Have your people call my people.
All right, I found Turbo the Tech Nerd. Let's pull up his channel and let's see what we got going on.
You need to share your screen again when you.
Oh, I didn't share my screen. Sorry.
Yep. When you jumped out.
Sorry, it's my first day on this live stream.
It's never happened before. promise this never happened.
No, it happens every now and then. I hear
There it goes.
It's Turbo the Tech Nerd. Let's see. Okay, we're good there. So Turbo the Tech Nerd. Let me see. Let's make sure everything else is still working. Yes, I got this here. I'm not allowed to do anything. Neither is Dee. We just have to say this is your channel, but we have a wheel that is going to tell us exactly what we're going to be looking at. So let's let the wheel decide. Ooh, I thought that was going to go to clear thumbnails, but it's link in the description. And as we've said before, we always want to make sure that when you're putting out content, there is places you can recommend more content, and one of those places is a link in the description. Now, we've said before, we prefer to see a link above the fold. And when we say above the fold, we mean for a desktop above where it says show more. But that doesn't mean that it has to be. I'm not seeing one here, but that doesn't mean that you don't have one somewhere else. So let me do this. Let me close out the magnifying glass. Let's expand your description. And let me see what we got here. Hold on. I need it again.
First of all, that's a great video. A10 Mini Pro has no headphone jack. Problem solved. Like, I'll watch this later.
Boy, you know that we're not looking at titles, but I'm telling you, there's something I love already right there.
Yeah.
I see subscribe. Visit my website. Subscribe for more. I use vidIQ. We'll forgive you for that, as TubeBuddy uses. That's okay. We won't hold that against you. HDMI extractor link. So I've got links. Let me see. Link to audio delay correction video. Wait a minute. It's Turbo the Tech Nerd. Let me click this and let's see. Is this another? It is another Turbo the Tech. So Turbo the Tech Nerd does have a link in the description. So that's win number one. You're well on your way.
Spin that wheel
to great things. Let's spin the wheel.
We
get cards a lot. Let's see. We want to see in your content if you are using cards to help push the viewer towards another piece of your content. You did it in the description. Perfect. I would tell you get that last one above the show more. It's easier to see. That way no one has to go through another blockade to find that link. So the first tip I would give you, Turbo the Tech Nerd, even if you have to interrupt your description, that's fine. Put that, the first sentence of your description, put the link into the next video, and then continue your description. But let's see if you got cards. We're here anyway. And if you did, I would see a white dot in the upper right. And guess what, D? That's a card. That is a card in this video. That is win number 2. All he needs is one more, and he'll be moving into the final round where he'll be eligible for the wheel spin to win some awesome Streamyard gear. So let's let the wheel tell us what we're looking at next.
I love it.
There it is, a clear thumbnails. Boy, I tell you what, this is where it's tricky. We already said that we liked his title, but the wheel didn't ask us to look at his titles. So we're going to have to look at cleared thumbnails. Do these thumbnails. Let's go right to the videos tab, and let's take a peek at some of these thumbnails. I'll even let's go by most popular so we can see what's going on. And you tell me, D, do you think that these thumbnails make it very clear about what the content is about and why someone might want to watch it? I think we lost D.
No. I was just looking at it. I was waiting for you to speak. Fire, A10 Mini. I mean, if it's overheating, you get a picture of fire coming out of there and it says fire. Here's one thing, though, and I'm not going to take this away. I'm not going to flag you for this, but look at how your timestamp is covering up part of the E.
Yeah.
So be mindful of where you put your text on your thumbnail, because the timestamp will cover that. And the timestamp, while it's always in the bottom right-hand corner, it can get bigger or smaller based on the different devices.
Yeah. And I'm seeing, so that's an overheating A10 Mini Pro. He took an A10 Mini Pro, he put flames on it and put fire. And I think if you're going to use text in your thumbnail, make sure that it's adding to it. If I saw the word fire, what does that mean? Does that help this, or are you actually blocking the A10 Mini Pro with the word fire? Could you have done without the text? I'm going to say you probably could have.
I agree with you. I think just the A10 Mini, maybe the A10 Mini larger even.
Yeah.
Cut that out, make it larger so it's, you look smaller. The A10 Mini is just huge and it's on fire. You don't even have to put the word fire.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, I see the A10 Mini Pro. I see him pointing at it with a worried face. It's got fire. It says the A10 Mini Pro overheating is no easy fix. Here we've got goodbye to audio delay. It's, again, he used kind of the similar picture, but it's about the A10 Mini Pro, how to correct audio sync. And you got goodbye audio delay. It's not terrible. I think they could be worked through a little more.
They could be tweaked. They can be tweaked.
1 camera, 3 shots. A10 Mini Extreme camera, 1 camera, 3 shots. I think that they could use some work. But do I get what they're about? The Neewer Rockstar, Neewer and Andor best budget motorized dolly. That's definitely a motorized dolly. That's the Neewer. Man, what do you think, D?
I'm going to give it to him.
Because you know what? Win.
They definitely could be polished a little bit. And that's his third one. That's his third win.
Is that 3?
That's 3, I believe.
Well, there we go. There's like a man who's moving right on to the final round. Yeah. So our friend here, Turbo the Tech Nerd, moving into the final wheel spin. Now, do we have 3 winners that are now into the final? I believe we have 3. So we're
3 or 4.
Maybe 4. That's what we have Megan for. We got Megan taking care of all that stuff. We have real professionals who know how to do data entry. But this is great. We actually have some winners. I love when we have people winning. There's nothing worse than to have the wheel start hurting everybody and throwing them all out, and we're spinning a wheel at the end with nobody in it. That's not the place I want to live. So, D, let's do the thing. Let's put another word into the chat using the StreamYard giveaway tool.
I am going to do that, but let's have some fun. Why don't you in the chat decide what the next word's going to be?
Ooh, I like that.
Let's see if we can get some good ideas, because I know what I want to put in here. I want to see, I mean, I could put something in here like pineapple on pizza if it were completely up to me. But I'd like to see what other people like.
Again with the pineapple and pizza, man. You're not going to let that one go.
No, I'm going to die on that hill. I'm going to totally die on that hill. Ooh, I like this one. Review. That's good.
Review is a solid word.
That is. That's Sasquatch. That's there's some good ones on here. Growth. Ooh, this is good. Winner. Play button. Ooh, that's a lot of people are trying to get a play button. Speaking of, where's yours at, Daniel?
Oh, wait, hold on. It's I gotta move a few things. It's usually right here, and it's right there. This is my silver play button. They award you these things when you've reached the 100,000 subscriber mark. Of course, I reached that mark over 100,000 subscribers ago. I'm now over 200,000 subscribers, but anybody who knows the story behind this, I received this right about the same time D hit 100,000 subscribers. So I think he hit it, I was like 2 days before me, and we both got him. But because D hasn't been able to go home, I said, I'm not opening mine because he's been stuck in Mexico until you get home, and we'll open them together. So somewhere about 2025, you'll be seeing us open these things at the rate we're going. We've had a little trouble getting home safely. So thank you, COVID. We'd like to thank you for all the things you've done to make our lives.
The funny thing about that is, so Nick went to my place and actually collected it. So my brother Nick Nimmin has my play button still in the box, and he just takes random pictures and he taunts me with it. I'll just get like a message from him on we use a chat app called Line, which is very popular in Asia where we live, and I'll just get random pictures of my play button just in a box.
Yeah, well.
It's like he's holding it hostage or something, you know. So
well, I mean, at least you get to see the pictures.
Yeah,
it's kind of like being there.
Lisa Dawson says Double D. I like how
D.
The Double D show. All right, so here we go. I like this one, play button. That kind of syncs up with what you just did there. So type this in, no space, just the way you see it. Play button with no space. Go ahead and type that in, and we're going to run the randomizer. Is that what this thing is called? It's a giveaway tool.
Giveaway.
We're going to call it the randomizer. We're going to rename this.
Oh, all right.
StreamYard. Listen up.
Take that, StreamYard. Today it's the randomizer.
From this day forward, it is called
the randomizer.
The D and Daniel, or the Daniel and D, whichever way you want to do it.
The D and D. I don't want to fight over top billing.
The Double D randomizer. That is the new name of your tool.
The Double D random. I love it. How can you not like that?
The Double D randomizer. There you go. Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay. Look at that. 59.
59. We're doing pretty well here.
Yeah,
no complaints.
No complaints. Right. Double D randomizer.
The thing I like about the Double D randomizer is it gives everybody a fair shot at having their channel reviewed, right?
Yeah.
Except for people who can't spell. I would say that someone who can't spell play button might have less of a shot of being pulled up. Because you do have to spell it the way you see it. Capital P, capital B.
Yep, just like that. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
You know what? I'll give you just a few more seconds. If you have not typed it in yet, right now is your chance. Play a button. Because I know sometimes there is a delay.
We need like we need to get the background music for this so we can do like the while you wait. We need to have like that music.
Like the game show. Like
yeah, I can't sing the song that I'm thinking because we'll get we'll get a content. I'm not that good a singer. Well, they probably won't recognize what song I'm singing, but I don't want to get a claim.
All right.
You ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah,
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's hit it. I'm going to try not to hit the button until the winner is on the screen. I don't make any promises. I haven't been able to do it successfully yet. There we go. We got Nick Raptor is the winner of, he's the next contestant. I can't say winner. He's the next contestant on the Streamyard channel reviews game show. Nick Raptor,
now,
okay.
Congratulations. He's going to pull you up. Now, this is interesting. Whenever I see an avatar like this, a profile picture, I'm always curious what the channel's about because I don't know. Like this could be an animation channel, it could be a gaming channel, it could be a children's channel. I literally don't know what this is based on the name, based on the avatar. I'm going to lean towards gaming.
Sure, that's what I would probably lean towards that as well. I'm gonna guess gaming too. We'll see. We'll see when we open it up what it actually is. But
let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready when you are. Okay, Nick Raptor. Really hard to read the channel art. But I'm gonna guess that looks like gaming. So I think we were right on that end. But I can't say anymore. Yeah. I can't say anymore. You know why I can't say anymore? Because
Mom is the word.
Mom is the word. Because the wheel is going to tell us what we need to look at. So let's do that.
Here we go. Yes, Mark, the DDR.
There we go. We've got clear value proposition. So looking at your channel, can we pull it up and quickly understand what it is that this channel's about? D, if before I even start to scroll, if you saw this channel, would you be able to understand what this channel is about? Let me scroll over with the magnifying glass. You can get a really good look at what's happening in the channel art.
All right. I understand some of those characters, so I would have a rough idea that you are a gaming channel. What I would not be able to figure out is what are you doing? Are you like Let's Play? Are you teaching people how to play games? Are you a competitive gamer? Like, what is it about your gaming channel? What are you doing on your gaming channel specifically? Yep. So I think a line of text being very clear, telling people what your channel is about, what you're doing on your channel, right? Your value proposition. I think that would go a long way. The avatars and everything work.
But I'm going to say this one thing.
Yeah.
Value proposition is not defined by channel art alone. That's the first place that we look. And that's why Dee's being so focused on the channel art, because that's the minute you open up your channel, that's what people see. But there are other factors which help with we did kind of look and go, I get that it's a gaming channel, I think. So let me scroll down. Let me get rid of this. And let me see if maybe some other things that we see. Does uploads help us understand what that channel's about? Not really. Let's see. Metroid franchise playthrough starts to help us a bit. When we get down to Monster Hunter Series 2, Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, that starts to help me understand the game you're playing. But I don't know that, I don't even know that that playlist helps me understand. You just named a title. Like, to me, isn't that that's just the name of the game? So it's not helping me understand anything. That's like saying Superman. Yeah, that was a movie. Avengers. Yeah, that was a movie. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. Yeah, that was a game. I'm not seeing the value. I don't know why I would want to come back and watch this channel again, because nothing here is making it really. I think it's close. I think he's working towards it.
A little bit of polishing.
I'm going to say that, unfortunately, this is going to be a miss and a strike one. What I would tell you, Nick, is try to get those things. Try to get your channel art to scream exactly what it's about, why people should watch. And then start talking about things in these other places. Think about reinforcing that value proposition, because that's important. But that's all I'm going to say, because the wheel is going to tell us what to look at next.
Yeah. And Nick, you're real close there. You're real close really with all of that. Just
right on the line. Right on the line. All right, consistent uploads. I don't think we have not seen this one yet. So, Dee, explain to people what we mean by consistent uploads.
Consistent uploads. Consistent uploads means not just that you are regularly uploading videos, but also like there's a cadence to it as well. Like you don't want to upload just once a month necessarily unless you're uploading bangers, right? Some people can get away. Mark Rober, for example, uploads like once a month, huge videos, that sort of thing. The rest of us mere mortals who are in the trenches, you want to find some sort of a regular upload schedule. Try to be consistent with that. Try to head in the direction of your value proposition, making sure all of your content is in alignment with the value proposition, making sure that you are consistently communicating with your audience. Consistency all the way around, not just the actual upload itself.
Right. Love it. You explained it perfectly. So let's look. We've got a Metroid live stream from 2 days ago, finally playing the critically acclaimed fan remake. He's got a Donkey Kong 3 live stream. He's playing Dixie is still the best Donkey Kong Country 3, little truncation. But 2 days ago, then 3 days ago, he was playing a live stream of Transformers Devastation. I got to say, in terms of consistency, I'm seeing he's definitely that it feels like I know these are gaming streams that he's doing. He's doing them every few days, a week ago, 5 days ago, another week ago, a week ago. He's been putting 2 weeks ago. In terms of publishing content, he's putting out consistent content. In terms of what he's putting out, in terms of the content itself, it all seems to be in the gaming niche. So, Dee, I'm going to say just based on those two factors, these are pretty consistent uploads that he's got going on. So is that win number one? Is that 1-1?
That's win number one, 1-1.
1-1. All right, cool. So let's do this. Let's let the wheel decide what we're going to look at next. All right, optimized playlists is a tricky one. This is one where a lot of people can get really tripped up. If we look at your playlists, we want to make sure that the names of your playlist have to reflect the value proposition, so we know exactly what it is to expect if we were looking at playlists. And in a perfect world, we'd like to also see them optimized with descriptions underneath, because your playlist, just like your videos, can have titles and descriptions. So let's take a peek. Let me see, Dee, let me get the magnifying glass so you can see a little better on your end.
Yep.
I'm going to try to anyway. Donkey Kong Country 3, Metroid Fusion, Super Metroid, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin, Metroid Zero Mission. I would say that he's got the names of the games he's playing. So what is your thoughts on that, Dee?
The names, first of all, he's putting the playlist together, or she's putting the playlist together. So kudos on that. You're putting the name of the game on there, but those by themselves don't speak to me. Like, what are you doing with Donkey Kong? Is it a video series? Are there 5 videos in there where you're teaching people how to play Donkey Kong? Are there 5 videos in there where you are just like, are you winning it? Are you beating it? Are you saving the princess? Like, I don't know what that playlist is about. So you do have the game. That's great. Some more descriptive text telling me exactly what the playlist is about, because a playlist can be suggested to people. Playlist can show up for search. So if someone's going to YouTube and they're like, how do I beat Donkey Kong? Playlists are going to get suggested to people who are looking for that.
I will say this, of the one playlist that he's put onto his homepage,
he nailed that one.
You went ahead and you put a description. So it's Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin, and then you said Monster Hunter Stories 2, my game of the year 2021, is such a good monster taming RPG. Makes Pokemon look like a pathetic joke. Then again, I don't care for or like Pokemon this. Double check some of your descriptions so you're not leaving words hanging. But I do, I like that you went into a little deeper. Yeah. I'm right on the fence here. If I looked at this, he's talking about he thinks this is his game of the year, and he's doing some gameplay. I wish that you went deeper than that, that you explained a little more about what the content itself is, not just saying, that's my game of the year. Okay, well, what does that tell me? What does that tell me? It's like if I made a video that was all about the new iPhone and I said, I think the new iPhone is really great. Oh, okay, that's cool. That was an opinion, but it doesn't tell me why I should watch your content. Right. So I'm right on the fence, Dee. I'm going to let you make the call.
Oh man, you're putting it on me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to make you the bad cop.
I'm not going to give it to him. because
Man, sorry, I got to do this one. I almost
is this
applauded.
number 2?
This is number 2.
I'm not going to give it to him because like he's close. Like this is in the right direction. Yep. I love that he put the description in there, but he's only got that on the one, and it's it's not enough.
Yeah, you know what? And let's give him a little clue to what we think might have been a better playlist title. You know what I love is your very first video title in this playlist. Most anticipated game of 2021 is here. And then if I hover on that, it says the name of the game. And it has a Monster Hunter Stories 2 Part 1. I wish that was the name of your playlist title, right? And then you broke it down and then try to do things like, you need your Shark Boy monster. You want to build a snow dragon, things like that in your titles so that the playlist really screamed like, oh, the most anticipated game, a monster game of 2021. I'm in. That tells me that all these videos in this are going to talk about this one. And you've given me a compelling element in there. And I agree with Dee. Man, you were just hovering on the edge. You're so close. But yeah, that's going to be another strike. But just go back and work on that. But hey, that's only 2 strikes, correct?
That's only 2 strikes. And Nick said in the chat, he says, I always try to stay consistent. Sometimes life gets in the way. Listen, I understand exactly where you're coming from. Life does get in the way, and YouTube is going to be there for you if you need to take a break, and your mental health is more important than publishing a video. So if life gets in the way, roll with it. YouTube's not. But he did get.
But we said he was consistent, and he got a win on that. So we're 2 strikes and 1 win.
2 strikes and 1 win. Yep.
Okay, so we're 2-1. You're still in the game. Let's spin the wheel again and see what's going to go. What the wheel wants to take a peek at. Oh, that was a bad spin.
What's it going to be?
Clear thumbnail. This is a really tricky one. A lot of times we always say that the thumbnails are one of those things that's one of the first things that people will notice. So making sure that your thumbnails are very clear and easy to understand so the viewer gets it in an instant what your content is about is super important. Let me just grab the magnifying glass. Dee, take a peek at some of these.
So my thing with these thumbnails is for some of them, the text is too small. The text is too small and you're not using enough contrasting colors for some of them. I mean, you're putting in the work. I think you just need to tweak them to make them some of them more vibrant. Like the ones with the orange, that really stands out. Some of the other colors for your live streams, they're not really standing out. But the orange is working. So you're putting a game logo in there, live stream. You could probably lose live stream.
Yeah.
Because, somebody can see that it was streamed. I think you would do a lot better if you just put less text in there.
The other thing that I would add in there too is like, look, this video, identical thumbnails. So I don't know. If I'd watched one, I would think I already saw that live stream. Or if I came up saying, come, I would go like, I've already seen that one. So be really careful about making sure that your thumbnails are distinct. You've got the same pattern that you're using and you're trying to let the text tell the story instead of letting imagery tell the story. Let your title be the place for text. Let your thumbnail be the place for imagery. It's not that you can't put text in a thumbnail, but it shouldn't rely on someone having to really read it. When you've got these little images, you're giving up a lot of real estate with this, 65% slash with that background. It lets the text pop, but I have to now read the text. I like that you have like the Country 3, because if you knew that game, that text is actually the logo of the game.
Here's what I think, Daniel.
Yeah.
They're putting in the work. They just need to tweak them.
Yep. I'm going to say this. Yeah, I agree. I think, and now we're 2-2. So what Dee didn't give you on the last one, he gave it to you in your favor this time. Now we're 2-2, and the wheel is going to decide your fate. So
I'm fair. I'm always fair.
I've always said that about you.
People might say otherwise, but I'm fair.
No matter what any other people say about him, Dee's fair.
He's fair. I might be a lot of things, but I'm fair.
He's an equal opportunity offender. Whoops, I hit it too soon. There it is. A pinned comment. All right. Now, this is an easy one. We have covered this one so much that I would like to think anybody who has been to the game show before, channel reviews, understands how important we think a pinned comment is. Putting a comment pinned below your own video allows you to put a link to another piece of content that you think is relevant that viewer might want to watch. And if they click that, it sends positive signals back to YouTube that YouTube can use to understand what kind of content to recommend to other viewers. So getting that stuff linked so that people can click it is the first step in getting them to send the proper traffic signals back. So I'm going to pull up your most recent, wait a minute, I'm going to give you a fair shot. A lot of these are live streams. I'm going to see if I can find something that's a little shorter. Okay, because I know sometimes in a really long live stream, you get done, it's hours long. Let me find a shorter one. That would be no excuse for not pinning something in a short one. I've got a, let me see. I don't want to go with no views. I got to find a shorter one. 1 hour and 24 minutes. I'm going with this one. And I'm going to scroll down. And unfortunately, there are no comments here, and that is unfortunately your third strike, my friend. We hate to see that happen. Really consider using, there are 4 places in any video that you can recommend more of your content. The cards, the end screens, the link in the description, preferably above the fold, and the pinned comment. So please use all 4 of those, because if you don't, you're just wasting opportunities to push people towards more of your content. All right, that makes sense? D, let's give these people in the chat a word that they can try to drop in there so we can pick a new contestant.
Randomizer.
I love the word. It's like the name.
Randomizer.
Capital R, randomizer. Drop that into the chat, and we're going to pick someone from the chat to come up and play this game show with us because we have the wonderful Streamyard giveaway tool that D has renamed the randomizer.
The Double D randomizer.
Double D randomizer. I'll reset the wheel while we're waiting.
Here we go. Randomizer. I love it. Randomizer. Yeah, if they don't rename this, I don't know if I'm going to sign another contract.
D is officially, he's putting all his cards on the table. He's
I'm
like,
putting
listen,
all the cards on the table.
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm just saying, I think you need to consider my input.
Yeah. I think it was Van Halen. What did they want? Like all green M&Ms or something?
Yeah, that's his new rider. Listen,
this is in my new rider. Like, if you don't rename this, the show's over.
No brown M&Ms.
No, yeah. So what do we have? 58, 56, 59. Wait, just get some more people in there.
I love giving them a chance to get in here. I want everyone, because we got to remember there's a bit of a delay. So on our end, we have to make sure that you have a chance to catch up because there is a bit of a delay from when we see it, when we say it, and when you hear it. So giving you a chance here.
What do we got now? We've got 61. We'll let it get up to like maybe 65, and I'll hit draw.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm just dropping 62. Some names into the final. I'm entering our contestants into the final wheel. I'm trying to see. I'm always doing something, D. I'm not just playing around here.
Yeah.
It may look like it. But,
yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
What do we have? 63. I guess we're stuck at 63. I guess we're not running it.
64. 64. Is that it? 60.
That's it.
All right, let's.
There it goes. Are you ready?
There we go. Hit that thing.
Here we go. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be this time? Oogity Boogity. That was a funny looking channel name.
Desi Couple Down Under. Desi Couple Down Under. All right.
Congratulations, Desi Couple Down Under. I'm going to guess it's a lifestyle vlog, possibly a travel vlog.
I will say this. Down Under, I'm going to say that they're from Australia, right? So already.
From India. Yes, you're from India. You're in Australia. That's my guess. Okay. Lifestyle couples blog or travel. That's going to be my guess.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
We have it here. Pull it up.
You got it?
Yep. Oh, yes.
Oopsie.
Okay. What we got here? All right. Desi Couple Down Under, travel vlogs, lifestyle vlogs, Indian Desi life in Australia. D.
Nailed
you,
it.
my friend, have nailed what this channel is about.
Nailed it.
Can we? Do you get any prizes for getting anything right? I don't think so. All right, now listen. That's all. Wait, as much as we'd like to talk about this channel, we're not allowed to do that because the wheel decides what we're going to talk about.
The wheel decides. Ladies and gentlemen, live.
There it is, optimized title. Does this channel have optimized titles? And when we talk about optimized titles, we're really talking about titles that help explain exactly what the content is about and what someone can expect when they click on a video. So let me pull this down to the videos page so we can see the latest uploads. Let me get up the magnifying glass. And I've got Snow Day Out, Threadbow, North Southwest Australia. Things you need to plan, snowy trip, okay, a little
Snowy
tricky.
Mountains, maybe?
Maybe, and I can hover to get the full title here.
Yeah.
Because we're looking at optimized titles, and I've got Snowy Mountains, North Southwest Australia. So it does mention the location. Our 4x4 monster car, Indians in Australia. Cinematic teaser, our Snowy Mountain trip. Beachfront house, Indian, Australia. Indian, that's a short. Beautiful Coffs Harbor, Indian in Australia. Dee, talk to me.
Well, the first thing is that you're trying to cram a lot of stuff into your titles. A lot of stuff is getting jammed in there, and it's not necessary. You can simplify your titles. I think you can get rid of Indian in Australia. People, right. You have 660 subscribers. You can put Indian Australia in your description. People are probably not doing a lot of searches for that. It's not going to move the needle really on your video.
Yeah.
I would try to come up with more compelling titles. And I get it. You have a lifestyle channel. That can be a lot more difficult to come up with that sort of title. But things like things you need to plan, snowy trips, like that second one over, like you could completely change that title. How to, what is it? Snowy Mountain? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it was Snowy NSW Australia. Snowy Mountains, North Southwest Australia was the name of it.
Okay. Yeah, you could make that into something like Snowy Mountains for skiing. Plan your trip to Snowy Mountain.
Yeah.
How to plan your trip to Snowy Mountain. Everything you need to know about Snowy Mountain.
Yeah.
Something like that. Plan your ski trip to Snowy Mountain.
Yeah, think about why someone would want, and again, trying to put Indian in Australia over and over again. I don't think that's gonna move the needle. It's talking about, right, like Dee said, really bring out the reason why someone would want to see Waterfall Way, Dorrigo, and Bellingham. So make sure you're screaming like, well, what is it? When you're showing people, this would be much better to say like, epic places you want to visit in Australia, right? And then list, Waterfall Way in there too. So really think about the compelling element. I got to say that I would say that the titles, I can kind of understand what the video's about, but are they well optimized for the value proposition? Do I know why I would want to watch this? I'm right there. I mean,
I'm on the fence too, and this is I don't know what your demographics are. I don't know if it's, I don't know where in the world your viewers are coming from. But if there might be an opportunity here for you to actually do something. I'm guessing you speak Hindi, to do another channel in another language, because India is just exploding with YouTube. It's just exploding there. Like Brazil is exploding. It's already exploded in India. I know this is kind of off topic, but I just think there is an opportunity there to capture a very engaged audience of people who might be interested in Australia. That being said, I think you could optimize your titles better. Because I don't know who your demographic is, I don't know if it matters putting India in Australia in your title or not. But if you are going to keep India in Australia in your titles, then I would make sure the front part of that is short and very compelling. I wouldn't try to stuff a bunch of other stuff in there. I wouldn't try to stuff a bunch of things that don't make sense.
Yeah.
Keep it very intentional so the viewer knows exactly what the video is about.
I do think the Australia part helps. Right?
Yeah.
Because beautiful Coffs Harbor in Australia,
right.
I would actually lose the Indian part. I would have taken out the vertical bar and said, beautiful Coffs Harbor in Australia, and go, I know what this video is about. It's a place called, so if I was interested in learning about or exploring beautiful Coffs Harbor in Australia, would be a killer title, because I know exactly, I'm there with you. I'm going to watch the video and explore the area with you. So I think you know what, T? I think they're right there. And keep in mind that he's only got these, there's only, maybe 13 videos on his channel. So I think it's really heading in the right direction. I'm not going to kick the legs out of him. I'm going to say, I get what these are about, but I think you can do better, but I'm going to give you the win on this one. I think that I understand. Right. Think about making those a little bit more optimized to help the viewer really be compelled to click and watch this. But I think you're in the right path considering how new this channel is.
That was another reason I was talking about the demographics, because I don't know, like if you're making videos for other Indians and you're trying to show them Australia, then Indian in Australia might make sense that way. But if that's not who's watching your videos, then I would focus on the Australia part.
In the About section, it says, this channel is pretty much about a glimpse of how an Indian couple as an immigrant in Australia journeys through. And I think that's a great sub-story, and I think that should exist in every one of your videos instead of just showing the, you can say, we're exploring this part of Australia. Always, make it part of your story that when you're doing the exploration, saying, we're, originally coming from India, this is sort of, we're immigrants here. So all of this is very sort of new and unique. And we're seeing a lot of this for the first time. That becomes part of your story, but you don't have to put it in every title. That's what's going to help separate you from the pack, because your perspective is a couple of immigrants from India approaching Australia, as opposed to someone else who maybe lived there, and had a different perspective on Australia. So I like it. I like the sub-story. Just allow that to exist in the content, not necessarily jam it into every single title as Indian in Australia.
Yeah, and back to the opportunity. I would even consider, a shorts channel in Hindi, if that's what you speak, from depending on where you are or from originally from the country, making shorts in that language, targeting people in India, teaching them how they can come to Australia, showing them what your life is as an Indian in Australia, where do you get food, what was the immigration process, so on and so forth. Like, I think there's so much value, and you have so much to share with people to do that. Again, they might be watching you already. I don't know. But if not, I think you have a huge opportunity there to reach a whole nother audience.
Well, you have the opportunity. Think about the broadest target audience you can reach. You're an immigrant. You're someone who was not born in Australia, and you have now come to Australia, and you're exploring and learning about the area and sharing your experience. So listen, does that mean, now if I was thinking, do I have to be Indian to find value in your content, or can I just be someone who was interested in moving to Australia and wanted to get an immigrant's perspective on it? So think about the broadest target audience. Yes, you may be an Indian, yes, and if you're making content in English, think about who you're reaching. If the broadest target audience, that's what we talk about, understand who's your target audience. Is it only Indians who are thinking about moving to Australia? That could be a subsection of your target audience, but maybe your broadest target audience is anyone who wants to have a better understanding of what Australia is like from the outside in, someone who wasn't born there.
Okay, let's address this. So Desi Couple Down Under says, TubeBuddy tells me to keep Indians in Australia in the first 60 characters in the title.
No, it doesn't. I know it doesn't. No, it doesn't. See, now you might have seen that as a tip in terms of how to make things clear, or maybe you're seeing the score increase because you're putting it in, but that's not TubeBuddy telling you to do that. What that's doing is TubeBuddy's just gathering the data and saying, well, if you put that in, you might have you've got a higher score, but you have a higher score because there's fewer people who are competing for Indians in Australia. That doesn't mean that you should put it in your title. Don't let random data tell you what to do if you're not taking a step back and understanding that data in context, right? Because I can have the highest score possible for how to make a sauerkraut milkshake. If you want to ask how I know that, I do. I had the #1 video on YouTube and Google for sauerkraut milkshake because I did it on my last channel. But guess what? I did. Yeah, it's my son and I made a sauerkraut milkshake. It was awesome. I still might be highly ranked. But guess what? Nobody's looking for sauerkraut milkshake. Okay. So you have to make sure that you're taking all of the data into perspective. You want to make sure it's not just about hitting a high score. It's not just about ranking #1. It's about making sure that someone who would find value in your content would want to click and watch. Because guess what? Only 25% of the views come from search. 75% of the views come from suggested in browse, which you're not competing against other things and people aren't searching for it. It just gets served to them based on their viewing behavior. And YouTube is trying to put it in front of people it thinks might be the target audience and then seeing how they react. So think about the viewer. Optimize for the viewer.
Yeah. And, think through, because your channel is still relatively new. Just pause for a second and really think through. Who are we trying to reach with this? Like, who are we trying to get to watch our videos? Are you trying to get Indians to watch your videos? Or are you trying to get just a broad audience to watch your videos? Because whichever audience that is should determine how you actually do your packaging and how you write your titles and everything. Because if you're trying to attract Indians, then Indians in Australia, that's going to mean something. If you're trying to go for a broader, I don't care that you're Indian in Australia. I just care that you're in Australia, right?
Are you telling us that we're not, because Dee and I are not Indian, that
Right.
we're not, if we both wanted to learn more about Australia, are you telling us this channel's not for you? Think about that. Think about who your target audience is. But we're going to stop there and we're going to move right back onto the wheel. Who's going to tell us what to look at next? Let's make that spin.
Here we go.
Clear thumbnails. That's an important one. As with all things, winning the click is one of the most important things that you can do because your thumbnails go flying through at 100 miles an hour, put up against all kinds of content. You want to make sure that someone who sees your thumbnail in an instant understands why they would want to click and watch this video. Awesome feedback. Thank you for your feedback on our feedback. Okay, so Dee, what do you think here?
Snowman, snowy day out. Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's snowman. A lot of text.
Mountains. Yeah.
I see the snowy mountains. I think there's probably a little too much text. The part one, I don't really care about. Two people. Armed 4x4 monster car. If I didn't read the title, I didn't know that was a car under there. All the focus is on you too, and the car is actually, it's blurred in the background with a ribbon on it and a black covering over it. So if I saw this without someone telling me that there's a 4x4 monster car under there, would have no idea. I'm not even looking at the background. I'm looking at the two of you. The two of you, I'm going to ignore that one. Beautiful beach house, episode 5. That's a short. Let me again. Hold on. Let me scroll down here and let me get the magnifying glass. Do what we want.
And by the way, because we've been talking about viewers from India and other parts of the world, one thing you do not want to do, which you're not doing yet, but don't start mixing languages. Yeah. So if you have an English speaking channel, keep it English speaking. If you want to do something to cater specifically in a different language to the Indian market, for the non-English speaking Indian market, totally different channel. You don't want to mix languages.
It's tricky, and I'm on the fence when it comes to certain parts of India fall in and out of English and Hindi in the same conversation.
Yeah, I think a bunch of different languages.
I understand that. And I know that a lot of Hindi channels I've worked with have said, but the people we talk to, they like halfway through their sentence switch over to English and back to Hindi. Understood. But I think that when it comes to YouTube, people who can speak English will follow along with English. People who speak Hindi will follow along with Hindi. And if they get served the opposite going back and forth, you're limiting the amount of people you reach. I'm going to say right off the bat, Dee, on these thumbnails, I don't want to be a spoil sport, but the amount of tiny text and so much crammed in there and so many tiny words, I'm not saying that this is clear in an instant. I think that these thumbnails need improvement. I think there's too much going on. I need a magnifying glass to even start seeing what's happening. I would much rather see this great picture of you in front of the waterfall instead of 3 different pictures in episode 2 and road trip, north, south, west, or is it New South Wales? I'm saying North Southwest. I think NSW is New South Wales. I might correct me there if I'm wrong there, Desi. But it's all jammed in these corners. I'm not seeing it.
Here's the question: is this the first strike or the second?
This is the second strike. If it's a second strike,
what was the first strike?
The first strike was the. I've already forgot. This is number 2.
Are we sure?
Well, no, I'm not so sure. I think we looked at the titles. Titles was a yes. You tell us, folks. Did we miss one? Well, we can go to Megan out in the private chat and see if she remembers. No, New South Wales. Megan says to me, by the way, New South Wales. is the correct NSW. I'm glad we have someone who's holding it together. Megan, do you know if we are two yes and one X? Oh, we got 2 yes and 1 X so far. So this would be the second strike. Second strike. Okay.
All right. So they're 2 for 2.
We are now 2 for 2. Let's go for the final wheel spin. This is the sudden death. We love sudden death around here. Here we go. End screens. Does this content use end screens to help push towards more relevant content? I'm going to pull up the most recent one. I'm not even going to listen, take a look. I'm going to scroll right to the end. And there we have those end screens right there. So that's a 3 winner. We have someone. This means that the Desi couple down under moves on to the final wheel spin. Hey Dee, I think we're at that point here. We are at the 1 hour 45 minute mark, and I think it's time to put all of these into the end. Can you explain to people what it is we're doing here at the end?
Okay, so all of the winners, everyone who advanced to the final stage, Daniel's going to put them in a spinny wheel. Hopefully he puts some lube on it and greases it up so it spins. We're going to pick one winner, and then that one winner gets the chance, depending on where you are in the world, Streamyard merch. They have shirts, they have pillows, they have these giant coffee mugs. Actually, I have one of the pillows here. These are really cool. They have really cool pillows. I keep this behind my chair.
I don't have a pillow. How come I don't have a pillow? Who do I got to talk to about getting a pillow?
Because you have hair. That's kind of the thing.
My hair is my own pillow.
That's right.
Oh, I'm just trying to get
or you can have a T-shirt, depending on where you are in the world. So how's this going to work? You are going to reach out to them. The winner, you're going to track them down.
The way this works out is whoever wins, okay, you're going to reach out to whoever wins this. I want you to, we'll know the channel. We'll have it logged in there. I'm going to have you reach out to my channel manager, Megan, Megan at danielbatal.com, and she'll set up making sure that we can get whatever you win shipped out to you. If it's a T-shirt that you want, we'll make sure we get your size, your address. If you want a coffee mug, anything like that, we'll make sure we get it to you. We'll let you pick from the Streamyard website of merchandise. Hold on, let me get this. I think I have one more.
Hold on 1 second here. So sure. Desi Couple Down Under says, yeah, we call it Hinglish.
Yep.
Hindi plus English. We have English subtitles in all of our videos. So hold on. Are you putting your titles and text on your thumbnail in English and then speaking Hindi? And then putting English subtitles? That might backfire on you if that's what you're doing, depending on who you're trying to reach.
And listen, I do understand it. You're not the first Hindi channel I've worked with. And the problem is that if you keep separating that, you're only catering to people who speak both, okay? And you really want to think, there it is. Megan has that in the chat. That's where whoever wins today, that's the email address. You want to Megan at danielbatal.com and we'll get you hooked up. But you really want to think about that. Listen, there's parts of Canada where people speak French and English. But if you make content that has English titles and then when you open it up, it starts going in and out of French and English, then you're narrowing it down to people who only can be bilingual and speak both of those. And when you're trying to make content for YouTube, you really want to be specific to the languages. Hey, there are people who speak 3 different languages in some parts of the country. You going to make all your content that rolls in and out of 3 different languages? I promise you, being focused and trying to speak to one language, especially as a young channel, because I think that's really, really where you're going to get momentum, is try to speak the one language. And if you're going to do something separate, then do it separate. Separate the English, separate the Hindi stuff, and let them exist on their own. Because someone who can speak English, right? If they're Hindi and they can speak English, now anyone who speaks English can watch that video. I will tell you from a standpoint of someone who might want to capitalize on their RPM, being able to make more money from AdSense, India is one of the lowest CPM countries on the planet, meaning if you're catering just to people from India who speak Hindi and English together, not only you are in a category where you're going to get very low AdSense money if your content is advertised, but then you've even narrowed it down farther to people who have to speak fluently both English and Hindi together and know all of that. So be intentional. And I'm not going to, I think just being really intentional about the way you make content and who you're trying to reach, because your content might be helpful to me here in America because I want to know more about what it's like living in Australia. And if that was one of my interests, you've partitioned me off by saying, sorry, you have to speak Hindi too, or else you're not my guy. Okay. And if that's that intentionality thing. Makes sense? Does that make sense, Dee?
That makes a ton of sense. Okay. I mean, I'm on board with you, man. I agree with you 100%.
All right, let me make sure I got these.
And if I didn't, I wouldn't throw you under the bus here in front of everybody.
Please. Yeah, you're always welcome to throw me under the bus, right? It's like you invited me here and I wouldn't leave. So, all right, listen, our winners right now, I've got Gabe Altier, Mr. Michael Andrews, Brendan Jackson, Turbo the Tech Nerd.
Get it out, man.
Yes, I will get it out. Those are the only 4. Did I miss any? I think that was the only 4 we have. Yes, Megan, tell me in the private chat if that's all 4. If I missed someone there, if I don't want to make anyone feel like that I'm being unfair here, because that would be the worst thing. I think that's all of them.
You've got the Desi couple.
Oh, Desi. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
The people I was just supposed to put in right now.
Yep.
Let me just make sure I got them. No, I got Desi. Okay, who am I missing? Desi. Oh, let's see. I'm missing Turbo the Tech Nerd. Let me put him in. That's who I'm missing in my wheel.
Turbo the Tech Nerd says that he just called me the tech turd.
Listen, I'm 54 years old, and my tongue gets in the way of my teeth sometimes, and it does not always come out the way I would like it to, especially after an hour of live streaming. So, yes, if I did, I apologize. Turbo the Tech Nerd.
Desi couple, yes, you won too. You're in the wheel.
Yes. So we've got Turbo the Tech Nerd. Desi couple down under, Mr. Michael Andrew, Gabe Altier, and Brandon Jackson. I think those are our 4. Let me pull up this wheel over here. Dee, can you share this wheel? And let's see what we got going on here.
What do we have here?
All right. Are you ready? Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this thing. This is where it gets fun. All right. Grease that wheel. Grease that wheel. Oh, look at that. Turbo the Tech Nerd, not turd, is our winner today. Turbo. Congratulations, Turbo. Listen, like Megan said, please reach out to Megan at danielbatal.com. We'll just give it an email and say, hey, it's Turbo the Tech Nerd. And let's touch base and we'll find out which prize you would like us to send out to you. And we will get that sent out courtesy of our sponsors today, the good people at Streamyard.
Awesome. Congratulations. We do this the second Saturday of every single month. So we're going to do this again next month, the exact same thing. This was you know what? We cruised through these. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. If you enjoyed yourself, give us a thumbs up. It lets us know that you had a good time. It lets StreamYard know that they can keep giving us slots on the channel. and it makes us excited to come back and do it again. So we'll see you again the second Saturday of next month, the second Saturday of every month. We do the exact same thing. Daniel, a pleasure as always. Thank you, sir. Megan, thank you for holding it down.
And thank you to everybody in the chat who played along. And if you weren't up this time, make sure you join us next time, because it's all random with the randomizer. Your chances are as equal as anyone else's. And we appreciate you hanging out today.
The Double D randomizer. Final words?
Final words. Grow those channels. Think about best practices and figure out what you can be doing better tomorrow that you aren't doing today.
Love it. Peace.